Well, without further ado, the lovely Lyndsey's got a lot of experience around finance, marketing, real estate. Lyndsey actually worked at Fox News in New York for some time.
Wow.
And it's got some good game. Yeah, Lyndsey's given me a lot of great ideas. I always love to learn from her. But this was a great story. She told me about when we had our coffee pow-wow the other day. So I'm gonna let you take that.
Yeah, I thought this was really interesting. It was kind of along the lines of like what we do in real estate, but obviously this was a little kind of slightly sketch, but wanted to see what you guys thought about it. So these two employees of Caltrain literally built apartments inside train stations. One was in Burlingame, and it's actually pretty like entrepreneurial, like pretty incredible what he did with 42 grand.
Now he's in jail, mind you, right? Or he's about to go to jail.
Yeah.
He's technically accused of like embezzling these funds. But this is what he did with these funds.
Yeah, I mean there's plumbing.
Oh wow, he really built it.
There's a shower.
Look at that window, like that's very aesthetically pleasing. Like,
That's a station.
yeah. So,
That's impressive.
yeah, kind of wanted to see what you guys, like, the comment section is crazy. Like, people are like, this is, affordable housing.
Yeah,
So you're saying it's available. Look, if you were to rent that.
Look at that living room, like that couch. Like,
No, that's a nice.
Well, what's
house.
interesting is he built this with $42,000, granted taxpayer money. Now he was also making $300K a year, so it wasn't totally great. But at the same time, how is it he was able to build that for $42K? How much does the city want for these little boxes they make for the homeless?
yeah.
Think about that.
Right. No.
He did that with $42K and just
That's
converted
impressive.
this useless building
You got
otherwise.
the TV and.
Dude, we should learn from this cat, man.
You should be learning from this.
They need to promote him.
Yeah. You should be learning
To learn
how to do that. I am impressed.
Yeah,
This sound
I
like
think this guy's noted.
Look, the comment section passes the vibe check.
I'm not even mad to be honest compared to the other crap taxpayer dollars go to.
Yeah.
We could.
Don't destroy it, rent it out, and recoup your loss. I'm telling you right now,
Recoup your
Lyndsey,
loss.
that place could easily rent for like $5K a month.
Yeah, especially
In Birmingham, in the location right by the trains, in the train station.
Yeah.
It doesn't get more accessible to public transportation than that.
Is it noise canceling?
Right, we would definitely need, like,
You need something for
Yeah,
sure.
but in the Bay, man, I know a lot of people are willing to be right by the train for the right price, especially.
yeah.
So was he? Well, you said he was making a pretty good salary.
Yeah, he was making like 350,000.
So I wonder, did they make this for other employees or just like if they're working long hours or something, and they didn't want to?
Oh yeah.
Because I wonder if he was making that much money. Wonder why they made it.
Yeah.
Well,
They hire contractors to remodel a former office space.
Into a personal
Wow,
residence.
kept it below 3,000 so you can improve.
See, there's always a way to wiggle.
Wow.
That's all they had. He was like, as long as each invoice is under $3K, nobody's
That's
gonna
Put
smart.
in
notice.
No one's
heating,
gonna
plumbing, kitchen, shower for 42K. Like, where in the
But in the Bay Area,
you
though,
cannot
yeah.
hire a contractor to do that.
No.
That's crazy. So the fact-
One of those jobs will take the 42 alone.
Right?
Right.
Actually, that comment right there, yeah, he said, Mad Pharmacist said, build all that for $42K, put him in charge of affordable housing.
Yeah.
Yo, for real.
How do you get that deal? That's wow.
Yeah, the work hits some pockets.
He knows
Like,
some
like from a sourcing
He knows
perspective, the
something.
cost savings, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And security cameras too, said, damn.
And clearly there were no plumbing issues. I mean, no flooding, so this
Quality,
stuff held up.
right.
At a very
They
affordable
didn't
price.
notice it.
It's just interesting too.
This is in 2019.
3 years ago.
Wow.
But it just got, so he's been enjoying it for some time.
Yeah.
Well, he just got charged, in March 2024, so like a year ago.
Now, how do you guys think he got caught?
I feel like I had to be an employee.
Had to be hanging around.
So maybe he wasn't paying.
Hey, you going home?
Yeah, it's like, so you going home like, hey, why do you keep coming to the office?
Oh, I just like to stay nearby in case the job needs me.
Definitely.
If I just followed him, actually probably creep behind him oh yeah, oh you got a house here? You don't got a house in the train station. That's probably how it was. Someone was hating. It had to be no.
Had to be so, yeah, man.
I feel like it had to be somebody hating, but this is crazy.
That is impressive. To do all that, 42K, yeah. Let them in charge. They could solve the housing crisis.
This looks nice. It looks like a nice apartment, right?
I wonder if Caltrain will rent them out. I mean, I feel like that's a good opportunity for them.
I would say so.
I would say,
So you can make, Airbnb has those experience homes.
Could do that.
Live in an old train station. Oh man,
historic train station.
This dude, yeah, he broke the law, but that's the difference really between an entrepreneurial mind and seeing opportunity and finding different, you know what I mean? Now, granted, you got to wiggle differently because I don't want, I don't want everybody to end up in jail. But at the end of the day, though, it's interesting because the city isn't going to, no, why didn't anybody in the city ever think to convert these? Why isn't one of the elected representatives coming up with a plan like this, how to convert some of these old buildings? When I was searching for the Clothing Coach Café before I came to this building, there was a beautiful space in San Francisco right down the street, partly residential. On the 5th floor up top was an entire floor of apartments that hadn't been rented out in over 35 years.
Whoa.
I'm telling you, man, all this affordable housing, do you know how many buildings, besides all these empty commercial buildings, it's just nobody's incentivized to really, right? That's the problem, I think, with a lot of these funds that are just going to these programs as well, too, because who's really making all this money, man?
Yeah,
Millions of dollars.
Billionaires will buy real estate just to park their money, and they don't want to deal with tenants. So they don't want to have you not pay rent and then have to go through legal fees 2 years to kick you out. So they'll just park their money there. They don't really need to make it. Not everybody needs to make income.
In San Francisco, it's not easy to get people out either. In that they have other people living there with them. Yeah.
Now you see, that's the mindset, because I traditionally growing up always supported, rent control and all these types of programs that to keep people. But believe it or not, the older I get, the more I understand business. It's those type of programs that are really pricing out all the poor people. It's really interesting, man. And not only that, they use giving these programs and assistance to a handful of people as the marketing to excuse all the nonsense that happens, because, hey, we do provide this we got 8 people off the street last year, which is, all right, and that's fantastic. You get those 8, but in the name of those, there's a program like that in San Francisco.
Yeah, so sometimes it's just changing the way you go about getting it, maybe.
It brings me back to why we do this, man. It's about freedom, man. I was telling you, man. It's really about freedom. It's he who has the gold sets the rules, man. So the landlord, so in many ways, is it really right? I mean, it's his gold. He owns the building. Now we want him to don't make any more money and don't be more prosperous because we have to protect this gentleman. So we really want the landlord to carry the burden. When maybe if we want to protect this older native to be in San Francisco, we should all carry collectively the burden.
Yeah.
Why should the landlord take on all the burden? I'm just saying. Because we have this idea too of rich people are evil. And that actually subconsciously prevents us from being rich. Because we're always hating on people that have money.
Yeah, also there's a stigma with generational wealth as well, where it's okay, so people that we never had generational wealth, but when can we start having it, right? You know what I'm saying? And when we're in a position to have it now, we definitely want generational wealth, right?
It's interesting.
Because it's one of those things that abundance is something that it's a mentality as much as it is a physical thing, right?
Abundance mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's interesting. That's
and if I'm always trying to, if my mindset is I'm always trying to take from somebody else, you know what I'm saying, just to get ahead, then is that really abundance? Not really. Right?
Yeah, man, it's really interesting. It's true because and that's why part of I think tithing at churches and why there is a reason to that. People kind of pervert that to just be it's just to make the church rich or whatever. But there is.
Well, I think there's power in the flow of money. When we all come together and we distribute money amongst ourselves or at church, especially when you have energy, money has energy. So if you're flowing that money around, I believe it'll come back to you because that's got to be good energy at the end of the day.
Circulates.
Yeah. Certainly a dollar amongst us, and like you said, amongst the church, amongst your community, keeps it in the community too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Helps like good energy.
Yeah, man, that's why I like voting with your dollars in a way, right? Which they made very challenging, but that's really what counts in many ways. You know, it's challenging always. Like you can't really boycott all corporations or whatever it is, but you could be intentional about how you circulate your dollars a bit more, I guess, in the community, or even if a store might cost a little bit more, but
I was thinking, like, do we have an institution like the church that has that? I think that, like, historically, the church was like what you said. They had the power to like help people. But do you think that's still like? I guess in the Bay Area is that it's only in certain areas where they can still do that. You know what I'm saying? Do they have the ability to do that anymore? And then what kind of? I guess we rely on a lot of government stuff to do that in place of the church, where historically there was something like the church would help a lot of people that were in need, you know what I'm saying? Which they still probably do.
No, it's true, man, it's true. But that's what partly, like, I think, culture is a big piece of it, man. And that's why, I'm really passionate about, Clothing Coach and dressing and all that stuff. Because once you kind of let go of, like, we don't need to say please and thank you anymore. You don't need to dress up. You don't need to I get it, we don't need to, right? And that's where we get to this point where we don't need to be nice to each other anymore. You don't really need to be solid individual anymore. You know what I mean?
Slippery slope.
It's a slippery slope, man. But that's why when you dress with intention, do things, whatever you do with intention, it kind of, reinforces.
You're carrying on the tradition that you like people, they remember it, but they don't have this much of association with it as much anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Well, just like, weddings, like, when I used to work retail especially, a lot of guys were, oh man, they're having this wedding, and I gotta now spend money on a suit, but that's part of the point. Like you're celebrating a big milestone in their life, so you're showing them how much you care by investing in your own appearance and showing up like they invested in this. It's a give and take. It's all about the mutual values, man. The mutual value. But anyhow, man, I love it, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Well,
value.
Say it again, I'm sorry?
It's a great value.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, now Caltrain gets these beautiful apartments, they're set up.
Honestly, man, for real.
And he only got 6 months in jail.
Yeah.
That's it?
Collective.
He got a job when he got out for sure.
Yeah.
That's more houses.
You know,
Start some Airbnb.
City of Burlingame or something needs a hire.
Yeah, seriously. Honestly, Netflix should do a little show on this guy.
I would watch it.
Yeah. How do you do this? Yeah.
I'm trying to learn. Build my own little home somewhere.
Yeah. So,
Maybe we should look him up, see where he is.
I know. Yeah. Go put some money on his books. Yeah. I'm that guy that put money on.
If he gets out, remember I got you some Cheetos when you were sitting down, man? Help me out. Let's make some money.
Alright, man. Well, I gotta get back to my studio, man. I'm gonna let y'all do your thing. And thanks,
Sounds
everybody,
good.
man.
Yeah, thank you.
Good session.
Oh man, that was actually really good, man. I really
None of it recorded.
Yeah, I know. Thank God. It's like.